Hey guys, I just got done hosing the garden. There's been so much ashes and smoke going on all throughout pretty much the coastal regions of California and all the way up to Washington State. So my prayers go out to all of you who's been affected by this, and I hope that things will get better soon. So I want to do a really quick video out here today for you guys because I'm going to be harvesting the chili peppers. Now, I mean, this is not the ideal situation to be filming out here, so I'm going to do it with a selfie stick here to film very quickly and harvest, since, you know, plants and fruits cannot wait. So let's get up here. This is the first stop up here. So I got the ladder ready. Gotta excuse me. Okay. Woo! Yikes. Okay, so can I do one more? Okay, so we're now up top. Let's give you a good view of where I've been growing the chilies. That's all the chilies right there in 3 containers. I put up there because chili peppers require a lot of sun. So let's pick the ones that are ready and we're gonna taste. We'll do a taste test. This one fell. There we go. Now let's pick some fish peppers. Since peppers love full sun, the more sun you can give it, the better. The only thing is you just have to be a little, concerned of getting them sunburned. That's why you would plant them close to each other so that they can kind of shade each other off. So there's a few of them that got sunburned, but the majority of the time it does really much love the sun. So you can see this is the peppercini. This is a peppercini pepper that I decided to place on top of the strawberry tower. So let's just pick a few of these peppers. Thank you. Oh, they're so pretty. No, you don't really smell it. By the way, did you guys know that chili pepper leaves are edible? Cooked, okay? Cooked chili pepper leaves. When I was young, my mom would pick these leaves to eat, and they're actually really tasty. And that's the thing with, I think in Asia, or when food is scarce, that you think of all sorts of ways to be creative, to eat whatever you find, basically, if it's not poisonous, or that if you cook it, then the poison or some sort of toxins go away, then it's food. When it's green, turning red, so that you actually get more of this dull color until they start getting more red in there. It gets really beautiful orange color, then to red. So the tones on a pepper is just really beautiful, super vibrant. This one here is so burned from the sun. We got like 115 or 114 degrees Fahrenheit here just a few days ago. Hey you guys, today we're going to be testing out some different types of peppers that I've harvested here. So there is a couple of peppers in here that I found out after I started growing the plant and realizing that it's a lot more spicy than I can handle. Because I can't handle spicy that well, I really enjoy the smell of pepper, so I love trying to find some sweet pepper varieties. So if you guys know of any good sweet peppers to grow, let me know in the comments down below. So we're going to talk about, the harvest, tasted, and to talk about how to grow these peppers and my experience in growing peppers. So peppers not only taste hot, but they also love the heat. So hot weather is definitely the way to go with them. And, I try to germinate some seeds thinking I can get an early start with peppers, starting them in late winter. And turns out, the growth of those seeds have stunted because it was not the right time. You can try to germinate them in a heating pad, which helps, but during the time it's growing, you want to keep it in a warm condition as well, so that it wouldn't stunt its growth. Peppers are just so beautiful to grow. They don't take that much room. You can even grow it on a little balcony space, you know, as long as you have enough sunlight in and for their container, that's all you need. And peppers usually, if you treat it as an annual, then they would grow about, you know, 2 or even 2.5 or 3 feet. I have grown a pepper long ago that's really spicy. That was, I think it was a Thai chili pepper. It literally had, it was a 5 feet tall tree, because peppers, some peppers just don't die off because it doesn't get cold enough here in the winter. So in the mild winter, you may be able to treat your peppers as a perennial, or maybe cut it back and let them grow some new branches out. But when I was growing the Thai chilies years ago, I did not even do much pruning. It was just kind of a pepper tree that was really pretty and left there to be like more like ornamental, and once in a while if you have guests over who likes to eat spicy food, might pick a few. Other than that, I mean, it was just growing abundance, a 5 feet tall tree that didn't really touch that much of, but it was just so hardy, and it was full of peppers year round, even in the winter time. So I definitely would try to keep growing some peppers in the winter here. I wonder how it would taste. The other times that I've grown peppers, besides the really spicy one, was the sweet variety, and that was the Fushimi, and I believe it was also a banana pepper, and something else I forget. It was like 3 different varieties of sweet peppers that I've grown in the past. And what happened was I just couldn't find, you know, like a full sun or a really sunny position to put these containers in. So I grew them in part shade. Growing peppers in a part shade, probably spicy peppers, don't quote me on this, but I think spicy peppers you might be able to get away with growing in like part shade. But for sweet peppers, that was not the case. The sweet peppers ended up tasting like nothing. Like, it was really bland. It barely had any chili smell, and it had no taste. It wasn't sweet, it wasn't spicy. It's taught me that, hey, don't grow peppers in the shade ever again, you know. Elevate the height of wherever you're at if you really want to grow peppers, to see, like, elevate the container to as high as possible, up to the point where you can get some direct sun hitting it. So this year I've grown it in full sun, and what I've done is I've cleared up the upper shelf, and that's where I was able to find full sun for some of the peppers. I also utilized the ladder, so but no worries, you guys. It was not a fire escape. We are now in the shade cloth, and I actually used a felted pot in that space. The water kind of just dripped straight down while the pot was kind of tilted like that. It couldn't get the water all the way down to the you know, the bottom of the pot. It was in a felted pot. A felt pot, things dry up a lot faster than, and another thing is that it was in full sun. So peppers, they love the sun, but they also like to be well hydrated in the soil. So you can see the difference. So the ones that really grew really well was actually on the upper level, which is like the one I built, the 3 containers that are above the loofah trellis, and in those containers and in the containers in the upper shelf gave me the best results. And on top of that, I also tested out growing peppers in a 10-gallon felt pot, and that pot was definitely heavy, so I planted 3 sweet banana peppers in this 10-gallon pot. So they're kind of in a way shading a little bit of each other, but at the same time getting a lot of sun, meaning that there were fewer peppers that got sunburned when we had the high heat, like 114 degrees. This is a banana pepper. Look how beautiful this is. Banana peppers are at the stores they sell them yellow, but actually I tasted the yellow. It wasn't all that sweet to me, so I'm not even going to bother cutting the yellow one to try for you guys. I'm just gonna say that's like the least sweet level of stage of a banana pepper. When it comes to nourishing the plants, I generally just do the compost tea, the worm tea, dilute it in water about once every couple of weeks, or if I have some extras, you know, because I make my own worm castings, so I would just release that liquid and mix it in the water and water the entire garden. And so that happens at random. And then on top of that, if I haven't given them nourishment in a while, they'll probably get it like about once every couple of weeks. And whenever I have time, or if I remember to, I love doing the Boogie Brew compost tea. So the Boogie Brew tea is really great for adding microbes into the soil to, you know, let the good beneficial bacteria and the micro, you know, the fungi to boost the plant growth and very to build a very healthy root system so that your plants will thrive and grow. On top of that, I also use Dr. Earth's liquid, I believe it's a fertilizer, and all this sort of stuff. I kind of just, you know, intermix in and out, and I pretty much do it once every couple of weeks, and then I would alternate the different kinds of liquids that I use. And I recently just I'm trying out the fish emulsion that also has like a blend with kelp in there, so I'll let you guys know how it goes. So far I do like it. It does seem to help, especially when you first transplant something. That is really nice to help avoiding transplant shock and gives those plants a little, like a quick boost of energy to establish in the new home. So let's now try these peppers. These peppers, oh, I'm so excited. I have tasted a couple of varieties, so I kind of know that I'm going to start with something more mild and then build my way up. So I got my glass of water, also some cane juice. I got some fresh sugar cane juice here. Dairy or creamy kind of drinks helps reduce the heat, the spiciness that you taste, but also sugar things, so sweet things. So I got my cane juice, and let's get started. This is a peppercini. This is the kind that you would and the skin is really thin. It does have a nice chili pepper smell to it. Like, peppercini smells more spicy than it tastes, so it does have that chili pepper smell. It has a pretty thin skin, or thin flesh. And this is the kind that I can see why people like to pickle them. It has a little hint of sour in there, that sour note at the very end, just a little bit. Also, the skin is so thin and the inside is pretty hollow that I think it would ferment or get pickled really quickly. Okay, it's getting a little bit spicy near the stem. But this pepper has a little bit of a fruity taste too. Like maybe like a berry kind of a fruit. I just touched a seed. It's a little bit spicy, but not bad at all. We're gonna try the banana peppers, okay? I'm super excited about these. And we are going to try the least red one. Do you guys hear that bite? That snap? This is definitely really crispy, but it's not that sweet. The level of sweetness in this so far is like a conventional green bell pepper. But usually if you cook them, the sugar will caramelize, so you get sweeter peppers that way. They're floated with vitamin C, so why would you want to cook it? Because they're so good raw. And you kill the vitamin C when you're cooking it. But when it comes to fermenting foods, peppers really add depth, flavor, and that unique twist to or flavor to your ferments food. So I really love adding even a little bit of peppers in a lot of my ferments. So if you guys want to check out how to do ferments, it's actually pretty easy. I'll link it down below to that video for you guys, because I know it's about time that you're probably going to get a lot of harvest and you want to be able to preserve your foods. What's really great about fermenting is that it has the probiotics that are really good to feed your gut bacteria, for your immunity health, and it's just so tasty. It really adds a lot of excitement, I think, to like as a little side dish, or even mixing it in your salads, or make a little sauce with it, or a dip. I keep forgetting to dip this. So this is the banana pepper. This is the super ripe parts. This is red, if you guys can see that here. It's really fragrant. It's kind of like a little floral and a little berry-like. That's how I would interpret it. It has a hint of like sour, but definitely has more flavor, and the flavor is stronger, like more fruity than the one that's less ripe, the one that wasn't as ripe. This thing is so thick. There's definitely a lot to eat. You know what? Might be kind of fun to stuff some guacamole in here. This is a Fushimi pepper, very long and beautiful. So this kind of pepper has a sort of like a wrinkly kind of effect. Oh goodness, I think I found my favorite sweet peppers. I really like the way this one smells. Yeah, this is like the fruitiest of all the peppers I've tried so far. The skin is pretty thin, but it's kind of like I think the flavor is pretty rich compared to the rest of the other peppers I just tried. I bet like a really quick grill on this thing, like searing it up on the grill really fast, would be really good. It would bring out even like the flavor and the intensity of the flavor even more. Oh, there's the heat. There's the heat. There's only like 2 seeds in this thing. Oh my goodness. There's only 2 seeds. So when I reached to the stem, closer to the stem, I got a little bit of heat, just like a pretty mild. Uh-oh, I'm a little nervous. Oh, thank goodness, I'm saved by the chili floor. This is a pretty unique pepper. I haven't seen it at a lot of places. It's got a really unique shape. Actually, so far, this is the sweetest pepper. Yeah, this one's like kind of floral and pretty sweet, versus the Fushimi has a more like a fruity sweetness. Yeah, it had a little more tart. It was pretty sweet, a little tart, a little fruity. This one is a little fruity, but it was more like a cross between fruity and floral, and more sweet. I don't get that much tart out of this one. The seeds actually just kind of comes all like in a clump. Crap. I got the seed. It's kind of hot. Oh my god. That thing has a kick. Ooh. It's like deceiving. Most of it is sweet, and then once you get near the stem or close to the seed, it was pretty hot. This is what the sugarcane juice is for. Immediately softened the heat. I'm watering. Whew. Okay, I'm kind of scared now. I don't think I want to try the fish pepper. I'm just gonna like take a little bite out of it. There's no way I would eat that. Like, pepper, guys, is a really great way to clear your sinuses, by the way. Especially if you have a cold. If you put like little pepper in there, if you don't have fresh peppers, you can do a dash of like a shake of a quick shake of like a cayenne pepper or something, like a powder form, if you don't have the fresh peppers, into like a hot ginger tea. Really clears up your sinus, and I'm having a hard time talking because my tongue does not want to sit, and I'm like salivating because of the spiciness. Let's just try the fish pepper. So the fish pepper, I actually was attracted to the plant because of the beautiful white, like variegated leaves. And during the time that this different stage of ripeness on the chili, it's actually really pretty. And the more ripe it is, the more spicy it gets. Here it goes. Okay, the spicy hasn't kicked in yet. I'm sure as the more I move towards... Oh wait, no. Okay, this heat is interesting. That first bite doesn't get that hot, but then it starts to warm up your mouth. That's kind of crazy. I don't have a lot of experience with spicy food, as you can tell. This is like, whoa, so new to me. Okay, one more bite. It's a little sweet, just a little bit. Mostly spicy. Yeah, this is interesting. The heat really comes in like very subtle, and then it starts to like heat up your mouth. This is the hatch pepper. Okay, here we go. This has good flavor. This has a really silky smooth texture. Like, getting a little more spicy as it gets up to the top here. A hint of sourness, but I would say this one is, so far I think it's a bit, mostly the whole chili is on the more mild spicy side. It is definitely more sweet than the fish pepper, but it's not all that fragrant. Well, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and thank you for chilling out here today as I experienced this the world of chilies. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more fun to come, and to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where I do instant updates of what I'm eating, where I'm at, what I'm growing, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to support my work, please go visit wendiland.com. I'll leave all the links of everything I just mentioned just below this video. Thank you all so much, you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy and hydrated. And I'll see you right back here in the next one.